Some of the world's best auto manufacturers are based in Japan, but one of them stands out clearly among the rest. The most successful Japanese automaker is without a doubt Toyota. The family business, which began as a clothing manufacturer, eventually became one of the world's biggest car empires. One of the vehicles that contributed to Toyota becoming the business it is today is the Celica. So let's talk about why you were wrong about the Toyota Celica. Celica and Supra. Toyota introduced the Celica Supra brand in April of 1978 as a longer, broader, and more powerful spin-off of the second-generation Celica coupe. A40 chassis codes identified this model. The new A40 Celica Supra replaced the Celica's 4-cylinder engine range with a silky smooth 6-cylinder engine for a more luxurious charter to compete with the famous Japanese market and North American markets. At the time of its release in the Japanese and North American markets, it was almost exclusively dominated by Datsun Z cars. But this is where Toyota Supra's history began. In July 1981, Japan debuted the A60 Celica XX, the following Toyota Supra model. This new vehicle, offered as the Celica Supra in all export countries, was built on the sharp-suited third-generation Celica platform and focused on sports performance. In August of 1982, the new Celica Supra debuted in Europe, and its 100 car per month supply gave it an air of rarity in the UK. The Supra's extended wheelbase and widened front end again allowed Toyota to equip their range-topping sports vehicle with a straight-six engine, particularly its new 2.8-litre 5MGE flagship twin-cam engine. The second-generation Celica Supra included retractable headlights, more aggressive wheel arches, and independent rear suspension, most crucially for enthusiasts. Over 5 generations have been emerged since 1978. The Celica XX was the Supra. The inline-six engine made it longer than the Celica. The 1978 Toyota Celica XX had a 110 horsepower 2.6-litre inline-six engine. A 5-speed manual gearbox or a 4-speed automatic with overdrive at 35 miles per hour were also available. The state of independence. In December of 1985, Toyota stopped the manufacture of the A60 Celica Supra, allowing it briefly to overlap with the production of the new 4th-generation Celica, which was introduced in August. Celica and Supra made the crucial move to front-wheel drive at this juncture, while Supra continued to refine its place as a rear-wheel drive Grand Tourer in the growing Toyota lineup. In February of 1986, Toyota introduced the all-new A70 Supra, which was distinguished from its predecessor by removing the XX designation and featured an all-new coupe body marginally shorter than the outgoing Celica Supra. The Supra had a brief career in the World Rally Championship, or WRC, before the high-profile arrival of the ST165 Celica GT4 in 1988. In addition to being the fastest Japanese car of its time, the Supra was also homologated to compete in these races. Then, the brand was on the run. The naturally aspirated relative of the 7M GTE was known as the launch engine for Supra sales in the United Kingdom. It began in July of 1986 with a competitive price plan to bring it in line with its competitors despite the high cost of importation. The rear spoiler was a standard feature on European models, hence the only customization options available were metallic paint, leather upholstery, and an automatic transmission. But the Supra's exceptional refinement stood out to the modern testers. It was practically unrivaled for a long-distance cruising on the highway and received accolades for its crucial aspects of performance, handling, and ride. Toyota was riding high in the United Kingdom in 1987 when its athletic trifecta of the Celica, MR2, and Supra won a historic 1-2-3 sweep. We're glad to know that this knowledge is still keeping you interested. We've attempted to collect all of these unique studies and would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to our channel and click the like button. Although consumers in Japan and the United States had access to turbocharged variants of the Supra for some time, the Supra Turbo was made available in the United Kingdom in August of 1989, shortly after the midlife makeover of the vehicle. It was equipped with the same engine as the domestic 3.0 GT Turbo, but it had 15% more power and 35% more torque, bringing the total to 254 pounds-foot. The Toyota Halo sports car can now reach a high speed of 153 miles per hour and accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.1 seconds. That is a massive 1.9 seconds faster than the non-turbo version. So why was it discontinued? Throughout its history, Toyota has produced a diverse range of exciting automobiles. From the Prius to the RAV4, Toyota has always and will always continue to emphasize cost-effectiveness, practicality, and utility in their products. It's also entertaining to think back on the earlier versions of Toyota vehicles to appreciate how far the company has come in terms of the design and quality of its products. The Toyota Celica is an extremely well-liked automobile that is now out of production but was formerly manufactured by Toyota. But we've always been curious about what became of the Toyota Celica. Although it only stopped being manufactured in 2006, there are significantly fewer of them on the roads now. Even though there are some scattered here and there, many more people still need to take advantage of this fuel-efficient and sporty vehicle, and the fact that they don't befuddles us. Although production of the vehicle began in 1970 and continued until 2006, the most significant alteration to the drivetrain occurred in 1985. At that time, it was changed from rear-wheel drive to front-wheel drive. The first generation of the Toyota Celica was a two-door hardtop coupe that came in three distinct trim levels: the LT, the ST, and the GT. There was also a model called the TV, which was released in 1972 and had slightly improved steering and handling, but included interior appointments that were less abundant. The 1.6-litre and 2-litre engines were available for the base model of the Celica. The second generation of the Toyota Celica was introduced to the public in 1978 and offered in the form of a coupe and liftback built with a B-pillar. The 2.2-litre 4-cylinder engine was the standard displacement for the base model of the second generation Celica. The third generation of Celica was introduced in 1981 and was again offered as either a liftback or a coupe, with most buyers opting for the latter body style. In addition, a convertible version of the vehicle was introduced in 1984. This generation of Celicas comes equipped with a 2.4-litre 4-cylinder engine as the standard option. In 1982, fuel injection became a common feature on all Celicas sold in North America. The coupe version of the seventh and final generation of the Toyota Celica was available for purchase from 1999 to 2006. Compared to the earlier model years, this automobile was more economical and lower in weight. In addition, the center console included a power window and door locks. In its most basic configuration, it had a 1.8-litre engine capable of producing 140 horsepower. Due to the lack of demand for the Toyota Celica in the United States, the company stated that production of the vehicle would be discontinued by the year 2004. After some time, the Celica was renamed to the Celica Supra, and eventually it was just shortened to the Supra. In April of 2006, Japan's official end of production was announced. The production of the Celica reached epic heights, totaling 4,129,626 units from its debut in December of 1970 until more than 35 years after it made its final appearance. We hope you are now aware of why the Toyota Celica was discontinued. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed the video, give our channel a like and a big subscribe to receive more frequent updates like these. Tell us what you think of the video, and if you have any suggestions, please include them in the comment box below. We're really interested in hearing what our audience thinks about these topics. Thank you again, we really appreciate you watching, and we'll be back with more content very soon.